So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about the Latto versus Ice Spice beef. Now, I haven't deeply talked about this in the past because I feel like they didn't really have beef. Everything was kind of undercooked meat that had no heat to it. But now I guess the heat is there and the girls are broiling. Latto versus Ice Spice, to me, it's interesting because I feel like it was the internet and social media that made this happen. If you ask me, I gotta say that the OGs in rap have kind of caused this. Not directly, but their fan bases have made this mini Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B type of ordeal. We all know that Ice Spice is Nicki Minaj's girl, and honestly, I wouldn't say that Latto is Cardi B's girl, but when Latto appeared in Cardi B's music video for the song WAP, it made it clear that they have an alliance. And then Cardi B was on the remix for Latto's Put It On The Floor Again, which was a really good record, so they definitely have some girl power going on. So when I see Latto versus Ice Spice, it's kind of silly, but it does make sense because at the end of the day, the female rap game has been thriving off of rap beefs and it's just entertaining. The one thing that female rappers do is that they get in the booth, and that's what I like to see. They do get online and do a lot of the Twitter fingers and throwing shade, as well as kind of copying or mocking one another through a series of actions, but these girls get in the booth, and I like that. I feel like male rappers have their beefs with each other, but sometimes it just turns physical or violent, but the female rappers don't really take it there, which is why I feel like female rap has been more entertaining in recent years because all of the ruckus that comes with it is more palatable to the average person. That notwithstanding, Latto dropped her song Sunday Service, which had a response to Ice Spice because Ice Spice dissed Latto in her song Fart by saying, "Thank you to Ish, you're not even the fart." So I feel like this was bound to happen. This has been boiling up for the last year or so, and let's be real, this does make sense. I'm going to get into my opinions, but I will say Latto is a better artist. She can outright, out-rap, and outperform Ice Spice 7 days a week. Let's just be real. But Ice Spice has a more likable and more relatable brand appeal that a lot of people like in Ice Spice, regardless if she does not have the rap and lyrical talent. I actually like both artists. I do like Latto because I feel like she's been working for so long and so hard and really been consistent to get to where she is. She can rap, and I feel like for what female rap is in 2024, she does embody that. The good, the bad, the negative, the positive, all of it. And for Ice Spice, I like her because she's simplistic and literally just for bops and fun, but I will say a lot of what's making her big is her look and her privilege because when it comes down to the music, it's just not as good. That's just the best way I can say it. So I want to discuss this because I've been waiting for something to happen and for someone to make a move. I'm finally psyched to see the girlies do what it do. So I've broken this video down into one overall main talking point. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my one and overall talking point is just discussing how this diss came about, my thoughts on the records, and what does this mean? So like I said, the two have kind of been throwing disses at each other for a while, and I think it kind of stems from the big dogs. We can be naive and think that their predecessors don't play a part in this, but I think that they do. There's no reason for Ice Spice and Latto to not get along unless there's another entity playing a part. And the entities that I believe have a part are one, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, but then two, also social media. I think a lot of people complain that female rappers get compared a lot, but I think when it comes to music, it's natural to compare and contrast different artists who have similar appeals. That's why it's important to be distinct and unique, but because being a female rapper in the mainstream is kind of like a one-trick pony these days, that's why they all get compared. They don't really do that much different than the next, and there's only subtle differences between all of them. Y'all all rap about the same topic, y'all all have similar aesthetics, everything is pretty overtly sexual, kind of hard, bossy type music, and I've deeply talked about this and said that it's played out, and I would really love for something new to be put into the mainstream, but it is what it is. There is an aspect of the female rapper aesthetic that I really do like. I love the confidence, I like the hardcore, I'm the best approach that a lot of them have. I like girls who talk they talk, I like all of it. My main concern is the overtly sexual nature. I just can't get with that, but the girls are gonna do what the girls do, so at this point, I've just accepted it for what it is. But moreover, it's very easy to compare all of these artists because we're kind of looking at the same imagery, different person with some different lyrics. But if we're going by the things that are distinctive, I think it comes down to how talented you are naturally, if your journey into the mainstream is organic, and a sprinkle of unique qualities like origin of the artist, specific ad-libs and catchphrases, and things like that. When it comes to both of these ladies, when you really think about it, they are kind of the same in face value nature, but they stand out for very different reasons. And to me, it's one has organic talent and a passion for music, aka Latto, and the other one has contrived talent and is capitalizing off of her moment, which has made her permanent in the industry, aka Ice Spice. And I'm not saying this to be biased. If you have brain cells and ain't under a spell, you know it's the truth. If you disagree, you're definitely the one that's biased, because we've seen the come up and the career trajectory of both. Now, we're quickly going to go on a different trajectory and introduce today's sponsor, which is Little Starz. If you have a child and you're looking for an app to assist with your child's learning and development, go ahead and check out our sponsor. So hey y'all, today's video is sponsored by Little Starz, and this is for all the parents, all the mommies and the daddies, all of you that have young kids who are looking for a learning instrument to prepare your little one. So Little Starz is a digital learning resource for African American children. Yes, an app for Black kids ages 4+ that teaches history, specifically even Black history, financial literacy, puzzles, and games. I had my little nephew try it out, and he's only 2, but he's very interested in being interactive with educational content, so his mother played the alphabet videos for him just to get a jump start. It's super important for children to be stimulated in education, and it's good to have something specifically for Black children. Little Starz allows parents to track their child's learning progress and identify areas where they may need extra help or guidance. With the app, parents can monitor their children's achievements and celebrate their successes along the way. So Little Starz is available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search Little Starz and look for the cute yellow star and download this for your little one. I am all for anything that can better the advancement of Black children. So thank you to Little Starz for sponsoring today's video. So now that Ice Spice and Latto have this beef, the fans make it seem like it's hate for one another due to one being better or having more clout or being more experienced or having catchier music, different things that you can accredit to both, when in reality, this kind of goes back to the big dogs. Check out this clip from fellow YouTuber B with the T, and also subscribe to her channel while you're at it.
Okay, you guys, so fans believe that the girls are beefing now. I'm referring to Latto and Ice Spice. So today, Ice Spice dropped her EP, and one of her songs on that album, fans believe that she's actually shading Latto. Now, if you want to go back, all this started after Latto and Nicki had their falling out on Twitter. Ice Spice was allegedly feeling some type of way, posted a video on her Instagram stories, and people believe that she was referring to Latto.
I don't like when the young girlies come for the old girlies. I don't like that. What the fuck? What is wrong with y'all? Have some fucking respect for your elders.
Okay, so after all that, Latto ended up unfollowing Ice Spice on Instagram, and recently Latto did a interview and was asked to finish Ice Spice lyrics to her popular song Bikini Bottom, and this is what happened.
So the last question, it's how can I lose if I'm already chose?
Chose. Like, you looking at me? Somebody help me. Anybody?
So this leads to where we are now. So Ice Spice dropped her EP today, and some lyrics she had on one of her songs made people feel like she was shading Latto. So the lyrics go, B's not taking ish from me but notes, wanna be me so she do my emotes, and my name in her mouth so I bet she gon' choke. Now the part where she says wanna be me so she do my emotes, basically she's saying she's copying her. So people felt like she was talking about this picture right here. So if you can see, you have Ice Spice been over, and of course I could not show everything, but she's kind of touching herself, okay, from behind. Follow me. And then over here on the right, you have Latto doing that same pose. So when people saw this and saw those lyrics, they put 2 and 2 together and assumed that Ice Spice is shading Latto because she's copying her swag in these photos.
Now, to me, it seems like the Nicki and Latto fallout, well, I don't know if you could fall out with someone who you were never cool with, but still, their beef seems to be why this static with Ice Spice and Latto exists. Like, if I had to say it in just one paragraph, here it goes. Latto grew up a fan of Nicki Minaj and one day dreamed to work with her as she was her idol. And when Latto became a big enough artist to get the opportunity to potentially work with Nicki Minaj, there was miscommunications or misbred energy amongst the two, whether it means that Nicki felt away or Latto said something or either one of them did something that rubbed each other the wrong way, which caused static amongst the two artists and spilled over into the public, which subsequently ended any chance of the two artists collaborating. It just so happened that Ice Spice was the next up up-and-coming female rapper with a huge public appeal that interested Nicki Minaj and was beneficial to both Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. Nicki did the Princess Diana remix with Ice Spice and then went on to do the Barbie World song, which were both very successful. Ice Spice threw shade at Latto for seemingly being mad, upset, or just feeling a type of way that Latto didn't get that Nicki feature due to probably some behind-the-scenes conversations about the situation as a whole. Because I'm not gonna believe that all of these people don't talk about all of these people. Hence started the beef between Latto and Ice Spice, as Ice Spice has what Latto wanted with Nicki Minaj, whether it was a long-term relationship or a temporary collaboration. The fans began to speculate the tension and aggravate a narrative of the artists having more smoke for each other than was probably ever there, blowing things out of proportion, which then caused both artists to eat it up and go with it for their own benefit. Such benefits include more interest, more fanfare, and more money, being that drama, beefs, and conflict is very lucrative and very marketable. Now we're at a point where both Latto and Ice Spice have finally put direct statements on their shade, and now we are here. That is my paragraph as to how all of this came about, and to be honest, it's still dumb, but it's entertaining. Now, I want to ask this question. This is going to be the question of the video. And I want y'all to either stop the video and comment, or just give me your thoughts on this when you do comment. Do y'all think that Nicki Minaj works with female rappers and female artists who are deemed not that good, let alone not as good as Nicki Minaj? The reason why I ask this is because I feel like this narrative has been following Nicki for a while, and I do feel as though in some cases there is some truth to it. And I don't necessarily think it's all on Nicki, but I do wonder why Nicki Minaj and Latto don't have any collaborations. Let's be honest. You can say that Nicki Minaj and Latto are not going to collaborate because Latto leaked the audio of their phone call. Of course, that was very weird and very wrong of Latto, and that put the nail in the coffin for anything to come. At least I would think so. However, prior to that happening, what is it about Nicki Minaj and Latto that prevented them from working together? There are people that say that Nicki Minaj felt that Latto was just trying to use her, but in my opinion, this is business. Everything is going to be I scratch your back and you scratch mine. There's a benefit to Latto and Nicki Minaj collaborating, and it's not that Nicki needs Latto before any of the barbs come for me, but it's more or less like Latto, especially then and now, has been a very consistent, successful female rap artist with a lot of hit songs even prior to what she's put out in more recent times. Latto has been working for so long. I remember watching Latto on YouTube when I was in middle school. She was on the Rap Game TV show. She won the Rap Game TV show, turned down that contract, decided to stay independent at the time, and just kept working to get to where she is now. She's always said that Nicki Minaj is her favorite artist. She's always said that Nicki Minaj was her idol and that she was a fan. So if there was going to be the idea of Latto using Nicki, I feel like I'd rather have somebody use me who I know is a genuine fan and admirer of my work than someone who may not be. But hey, that's just me. I just don't see why they've never worked together prior to the beef. I don't know what it is. There's never been any expansion or real concrete theories on this, but y'all can let me know what y'all think. Anyway, I feel like the female artist that Nicki Minaj has collaborated with in recent times is for a few reasons. One, because the general public has actively expressed that Nicki Minaj is a bit reluctant to collaborate with other upcoming female artists in comparison to someone like Cardi B. And also that Nicki Minaj only works with certain female artists, most of which are not deemed as talented by the general public. And again, I like Ice Spice, but let's just be real. I don't think she necessarily takes this very seriously in a sense where she's so passionate about music and has been working and grinding for years. No, she probably did music because she liked to do it and had already been around it, had a hit song that went viral, made more songs that were hits and went viral, and has been riding off of that for the last few years, which is fine and I'm here for it. But in comparison to Latto, it's just very different. And Nicki Minaj has often talked about how hard she had to work and how hard she had to grow to get to where she is. And if I line up a lot of the mainstream female rappers and even some of those who are a bit more underground, Latto is definitely one that has been working very hard to get to where she is to this point. So I just want to know, what is y'all's theory on this? Do you feel that Nicki Minaj only works with certain female rappers? And why do you think that prior to the beef with Latto, Nicki and Latto have never collaborated? Because it is kind of a slap in the face for Nicki to work with artists who are less than some of the artists that have more talent and have shown her love publicly. And again, I mean, I'm a Nicki Minaj fan, but I do keep it real. Now, pivoting to the last points that I want to mention, and that is the actual diss tracks. I probably should have got to this point, but hey, y'all know I like to ramble. Now, Latto put out Sunday Service, and I will say that the song was definitely giving Put It On The Floor Part 4. The video was hard. I loved the video. I can definitely see the budgeting and the storyline, all of that. I loved it. I feel like she's getting way more creative. However, the beat, the style, the flow, we've heard this before. And I want to caution Latto to not be redundant or repetitive just because something worked in the past. I get it. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. But if you're going to come with a song that's supposed to be perceived as a diss track, you got to come with something fresh. And speaking of a perceived diss track, Latto put up a TikTok that had Ice Spice playing in the background, which was previewing her song Sunday Service. And she said, I just want a one-on-one-on-one. I don't know why she's so nervous.
I just want a one-on-one, don't know why she's so nervous.
But then said that she didn't know that the video was playing in the background. And I'm sorry, Latto, but no. Like, no. That is a bold-faced lie. That is a bold-faced, italicized, underlined lie. Let me tell you something. As a public figure, rapper, influencer, anybody in the media, the process of editing any content that the public sees is pretty extensive. I'm not saying it takes an arm and a leg, but you are going to rewatch every clip, every part of your TikTok, the music selection, which section of the music, the edits, if your hair looked right, if your mouth was syncing correctly to the music. All of these things are going to be thoroughly reviewed before you publicly post something. So I refuse to believe that Latto didn't see Ice Spice in the video playing in the back. I don't like the fact that she threw stones and rocks and tried to hide her hand. You can't be bold in your songs and telling somebody to get in the booth, but then in the same breath act oblivious to why and how all of this got aggravated. If she would have just stood in it and said, yeah, I was calling her out because she's been dissing me, or I feel like she's been throwing shade, and at this point let's just get it popping, she would have had so much more respect, and I think her song would have been received better. To me, the song was cool, I liked it, but it wasn't effective in the way that she thought it was going to be. I didn't really understand the marketing behind posting all of the female rappers' faces. There was old school rappers and new school rappers, but the song was definitely not an ode or homage to any female rapper. So the song cover didn't make sense, and then the few lines that were dissing Ice Spice, they were good, but I think she could have came a little bit harder. And I think that's why she tried to backtrack and say this wasn't a diss song. I don't think it was a diss song. I really don't. I think it had lines in the song that were disses, but at the end of the day, it was promoted to be this way. And then, of course, the lines hit, but the overall song and the package of it didn't necessarily do what it needed to do. So looking at the lyrics and what she came for Ice Spice with, Latto said, tell the truth, oh I'm not that cute, bet you won't ask your boo. He get money, I get money too, like who gon' trick on who? These bees corny, soon as monkey see that, you know monkey do. Do you rap or do you tweet, cause I can tell, get in the booth, bitch. Stop all that mother effing yelling, ho. Cause I ain't buying what you selling, ho. Think I'm the ish, B, I know it, ho. Jesus walked on water, I got ice boiling though. Now, I will say the last line, that was a bar. That was a cool bar. I like that. If you got ice boiling, you got ice feeling away, you got her hot, you got her mad, I like that shot. I wish she would have done more of that. However, I think where Latto missed the mark was how she marketed the song and then her response to how all of this came out. And I think it was because Latto didn't want to make it seem like she aggravated or started the beef or picked at someone. But at the end of the day, if you just gonna step, just step, okay? It doesn't matter who started it first, it's about who finishes it, right? So if she would have just ate down completely with a different type of promotion and made it clear like, yeah, I'm coming for you, and gave Ice Spice every single bar, it would have went crazier because Latto, we know you're the better rapper. Like, let's just be real. Like, she could have made a song called Boiling or Melt or Heat, something playing off that idea, because I did like that line. So overall, I like the song, but I don't think the song is going to be her biggest record. It did get a lot of buzz, and I think people tuned in just off the strength of it potentially being a response to a diss on Ice Spice, and it's still a good song. It still had a great hook, and the flow is cool, and the diss lines were there, but the marketing didn't hit. So I think that's why people were a little bit reserved on it. Now, when it comes to Ice Spice, the whole fart song, I think the problem is Ice Spice is just not a rapper. She's not cut out to go toe-to-toe with anybody. She's gonna get gassed up because she's pretty and people like her catchy, fun, energetic, carefree vibe. And there's nothing wrong with liking Ice Spice for that. But when it comes to the gridiron, gritty, get down, back and forth battle of rapping, Ice Spice just isn't going to do that. So I couldn't understand how people were saying that Ice Spice won because she said, you think you the ish, you're not even the fart, you're not even the turd, you're not even the word. Sign on, let me stop. I don't even think anybody knows the rest of the lyrics after that. She just had a very catchy bar. And I will even say that it was a bar. It's one of those things where it's like, it's vulgar, it kind of makes you have that stink face, but it's comical so you can like it. But overall, that's not enough to say that she won. I don't think that any of them won, honestly. I think they need to go another round because on my end as a female rap fan and listener, I wasn't satisfied with either project. I do like the fact that the girls are in the booth. I do like the fact that Ice Spice did directly call out Latto by saying that her snippet was weak. Check that out.
The back of your weak ass snippet. Like that's why I was confused.
Oh,
Literally, like.
So
Hello?
I was like, wait a second, that's me? So I'm like, okay, since we're talking about me, let's talk about me. And I dropped that. It was really just a snippet.
And then you overshadowed the fuck out of it. That's the funny part about it.
It was me
like,
trying to be delusional. Like, nah, there's no way they really put her in the back of the video. That's so bold, bro.
No, I was like, this has to be fake. This is AI. But bitches be, you know what I'm saying, be bold. So I was like, oh, we're being bold today. But what happened was the little snippet.
But overall, I think these ladies gotta run another fade because neither side did anything for me. I just think, honestly, y'all don't have beef. The fans have pushed the narrative that y'all are supposed to dislike each other because you're both light-skinned or ambiguous women with pretty looks and similar aesthetics and huge names in female rap. So it just makes sense for y'all to be at odds for the sake of entertainment. But if you ask me, they need to collaborate. Both of them on a song would actually go dumb because Latto has the bars, Ice Spice has the bops. Bars plus bops plus baddies equals success. Like, I think the equation makes sense to me. What do y'all think? Overall, I think this beef is just really just fanfare and fan-made. It's very synthetic, but I'm still gonna tune in to see what happens next. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, go stream my song Rich Auntie. It is out on all platforms. The link is down below. Definitely check the links down below that are pinned for my TikTok. I'm trying to get my TikTok popping. So I did a little, you know, little TikTok with my boo, and I have some other content on there. Check me out. I'm trying to grow. Definitely follow me on TikTok. And also don't forget to follow me on all of my other social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Your man told me I'm precious. I'm too hot, stay out my desert. Humbling joints, it's my pleasure. I'm in the game and y'all just redshirt. New freestyle to your checklist. Pull it to your block like I play Tetris. Quiet hoe, let me finish my sentence. 10 that they see like I'm from Memphis. Going big like I'm from Texas. Life is being blessed in exes. Made that boy make me his bench press. Now he breathless. Green, white, green when I be reppin'. Nardo wicked when we steppin'. Dirty niggas I'm rejecting. Make me teach your ass a lesson. I'ma call him